Hey, what's up, my nerds?
I'm Air Bear.
And I'm Chasen, and you're just in time for your weekly dose of nerd news.
Clink! Today is Saturday, January 25th, and this is what happened this past week, starting things off with bigger announcements. Oscar nominations have come in. You can watch the Academy Awards on March 2nd on ABC, but as far as the nominations, they include Inside Out 2, which was nominated for one Oscar. Memoir of a Snail was nominated for one Oscar, along with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and Gladiator 2, all of which were nominated for one Oscar. The Wild Robot was nominated for 3 Oscars, Dune Part 2 was nominated for 5, and Wicked was nominated for 10. And the biggest movie that had the most nominations would be Emilia Perez, which was nominated for 13 Oscars. If you wanted to hear about this news earlier, make sure that you subscribe, you click on the notifications, because we actually talked about this earlier this week in breaking news and a short. So make sure that you subscribe and click on the notifications so that you can get notifications whenever we have videos like shorts release. Now for movie news announcements.
Yes. So, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 has a release date. Paramount has announced that they are planning to release the movie on March 19th, 2027 in theaters. No other information has really been released yet, but we do know the date now.
All right. James Gunn has released the first image behind the scenes look of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, the set, and also has stated that cameras are rolling. So it looks like production has begun on that movie.
And Robert Eggers is set to direct and write the Labyrinth sequel. He has also worked on Nosferatu, The Witch, and is currently working on a new movie called Werewolf. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce that. Well, let's talk about the original film for just a little bit. It was directed by Jim Henson, of course, the puppet master, and executive produced by George Lucas. It starred Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie. That was interesting. So, yeah. Thank you for adding that note.
It was a dark fantasy musical, I think is what I read. I've never seen it.
Neither have I.
I've heard a lot about it.
So have I.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who didn't know, Nosferatu was nominated for 4 Oscars, these are all 4 of them. So, I did that in the run through too. But all 4 Oscars, of which are Best Cinematography, Best Production Design, Best Costume Design, and Best Makeup and Hairstyling.
In an interview with Spider-Verse star Jarrell Jerome, it was revealed that production for the much-anticipated Spider-Verse sequel, Beyond the Spider-Verse, has not begun yet. Jerome says that a lot of things are still being figured out. They're good things, but that he hasn't started working on any of the voice recording. It is not expected for that movie to be released until 2026 at the earliest, but this is disheartening news for those of us who are looking for updates on that movie and hoping that it comes out sooner rather than later.
Now, got a question about that because I didn't read the article. Spoiler. But was he saying that he hasn't been recording, or he knows that production hasn't started?
You said that production hasn't started. That they're just probably working on the story. I'm thinking if they're working on figuring things out.
Right.
But yeah, he did say specifically that he has not started voice recording, being that he is the star.
I mean,
I would imagine that the star would start their voice recording.
He's not Miles.
I thought he was.
No. Miles is, wait. I might be thinking about the game, but I thought Miles was his last name was Moore.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, obviously I'm going to Google this after we finish recording. But interesting. Okay. Okay. But we both agree that's a cool name.
Oh, Jerome.
Yeah. Nothing else. Cool name. Okay.
All right. Movie trailers.
Mickey 17 has released a trailer, and if you haven't heard of that or don't remember us talking about it, quick premise. In order to move humanity forward, his job is to die over and over again. If that has piqued your interest, you may want to check out the trailer or just dive right into the movie.
Or read the book.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I looked for it, I found it.
Yeah.
I think it's Mickey 19 or Mickey 7 or something like that. It's not the same number.
Right.
But it's still Mickey.
Is it young adult or adult?
Adult.
Okay. Well, either read the book or you can wait till the movie comes out on March 7th. Now let's talk about past movies.
You can now stream The Wild Robot on Peacock starting yesterday, January 24th. Now for event news.
Netflix has announced that it will be increasing its prices again. We don't know how much they're going to increase their prices by, but what we do know is that they're going to increase prices in the US, Canada, Portugal, and Argentina.
Marvel's one-shot crossover comic series will have its third installment in the series will be Godzilla versus Spider-Man #1. I don't know what the #1 means, but it's on the end. Anyway, so it'll be Godzilla versus Spider-Man #1. It's a set of series where you have crossovers with Godzilla. So the first issue in the series was Godzilla versus the Fantastic Four #1, and that is set to be released on March 2025. The second issue in the series was Godzilla versus the Hulk #1, and that will be released April of 2025. And the third installment, which is the one we're talking about now, which is Godzilla versus Spider-Man #1, will come out April 30th, 2025.
Of those three, which one would you most be likely to read or probably watch, because you don't do comic books?
The Hulk.
Same here.
The other two seem like, I don't know, the Fantastic Four, you're fighting against 4 people,
right.
So it's like,
maybe
they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is a little overwhelming.
You gotta thwip, man. I was thinking he could possibly thwip his mouth closed, but then he's still got those claws, and he's gonna just rip the...
I also don't know if, his arms are short. He could probably reach
Spider-Man.
But yeah, I don't know if this series of Godzilla follows the same sort of monarch thing where Godzilla has the same abilities, the same powers, the same wherewithal.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Probably not, because then I don't think they would be fighting Spider-Man. Or I don't think they would have Spider-Man fight Godzilla. More kind of subdue him.
Right, or like lead him away.
Yeah.
From the city. I see what you're saying. The Godzilla's temperament is different.
Yeah.
It's hostile towards the
other kaiju.
Yeah. Interesting. But Hulk
is a kaiju.
Hulk is a kaiju, basically. Yeah. And if Godzilla isn't interested in fighting the Hulk, and he's like, look, I'm just trying to fight this, Hulk doesn't care. Hulk he's gonna get that
Smash.
fight. Yeah. So I'd read that. Okay, well, on a seemingly unrelated note, Godzilla versus Los Angeles is apparently a comic, and it's coming out. So this is a part of another series, Godzilla versus America, from IDW Publishing and Toho. It started with Godzilla versus Chicago, and in this next series, Godzilla is heading to Tinseltown, or Los Angeles. I'm pretty sure it's called Tinseltown. Well,
I thought that was Hollywood. I don't know.
You know what?
I also don't know who Jerome is.
Right. I'm pretty sure Spider-Man is it's like Sharik Moore or something like that.
So who's Jerome? Jarrell Jerome.
I don't know. It's a really cool name, man. Jarrell.
And so they said something that is spoilery for the second movie. So I did not include. I did not.
Okay. The second movie.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was about to say something.
And so I did not say anything about what they said further about Jarrell Jerome's role. That maybe may cue you into who he is.
Yes. I think I might know who he is. But Godzilla. In Tinseltown. Maybe. Yes, Godzilla versus Los Angeles. Where was I? The comic is set to release in April 2025 and has been in development for almost a year. So keep that in mind for this next part, okay? So IDW...
I think for the whole thing, but yeah.
For the whole, yeah. So IDW Publishing has acknowledged the unfortunate timing with it seeming to correspond with the tragic wildfires that are currently taking place in Los Angeles. But in their statement, or I should say, in their statement, they announced that all proceeds from the sales of this comic will be donated to aid bookstores and comics shops that have been affected by the fires in an effort to help them recover and rebuild.
I wonder why not libraries. Maybe because libraries are funded by something else. And a lot of bookstores and comic shops are independent.
That's what I'm thinking. That libraries, they're going to have the government support more than likely.
Probably have insurance that can help. Like bigger pools for money to draw from.
Yeah, and more community support more than likely. But it's probably that upper level, they've got backing.
But yeah, bookstores, that's somebody, that's
a lot of times small business.
That's all that person has. A lot of times.
That's a good question, though.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so Pokemon and McDonald's are teaming up with a Happy Meal collaboration. That's going to be going on from January 21st to February 24th. This collaboration will be available in the U.S., which was my question. I was like, is this just in Japan? It's going to be available in the U.S. among other countries. The Pokemon-themed Happy Meals will come with a 4-card booster pack with 1 holographic card, also a double-sided poster, and stickers. So if you're worried about a repeat of the scalping of Pokemon cards that happened at the Van Gogh Museum, where the scalpers got all the cards and then sold them for astronomical prices, these cards have very low value. So everything should be fine.
Yeah, I was definitely worried about that. As I was typing, I was like, oh man, what are they thinking? I mean, I'm going to go get a Happy Meal, but what are they thinking?
There is a holographic card in there. I don't know how much those cost. Man, Pokemon, man. Lately has been like, if you want to commit a crime, do it through Pokemon cards.
Something Pokemon. That's the way to go. Crime, man. Okay, well, some of you may have remembered that previously in the rumor mill, Will Smith teased about The Matrix. Turns out it has nothing to do with the movies, so let me go ahead and get that out of the way. Let's talk more. Recently, Will Smith recreated dialogue from an iconic scene from The Matrix. It's been since revealed that the Matrix teases were referring to a song that Will Smith is releasing with Big Sean. That song, by the way, is coming out January 30th, so this upcoming week. He posted that it was a new song from Mr. Anderson and Mr. Smith called Beautiful Scars. For those who want to know or didn't know, The Matrix 5 was announced back in April 2024, and there's still very little information that's come out about it. So if you are a fan and you're wanting some more information, just keep your ears open, keep listening for more updates. Now let's talk about some gaming news with announcements.
Phil Spencer, who's the CEO of Xbox, has announced that Microsoft plans to release Xbox games on the Nintendo Switch 2. So Some of the games that they plan on releasing on Switch 2 include Microsoft's Flight Simulator 2, Halo the Master Chief Collection, along with other games. One of the bosses at Windows says that most, if not all, of the Xbox games will launch on Switch 2 if the console can run them well enough.
Cool. All right, and Ted Price, who is the founder and president, thank you. President of Insomniac Games. Insomniac Games, by the way, is the company behind Marvel's Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank, and the upcoming Marvel's Wolverine. Ted Price is retiring after 30 years. So he mentioned that it was simply time to step aside and let others pave the way. For those who may be wondering, yep, plans have been set into motion and, are already in motion.
Yeah, he has 3 successors.
To find some successors. So he's got some choices to make.
Well, I don't think, it looked like it was 3 people who are sharing one job. Which kind of makes you wonder, what was Ted Price doing?
It can be like that sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, founder and president. You get your hands into a lot of pots. You know about that.
It sounds like I'm stealing money. Hands in pots.
Hands on a lot of pans. Hands spinning a lot of plates. You know about that. Not stealing money. Yeah, oh, right. So, shortly after his announcement, it was also announced that Ted Price will be inducted into the DICE Awards Hall of Fame. So, congrats.
All right, so the Final Fantasy VII Remake won't be exclusive to PS6 like the previous remakes have been exclusive to PlayStation. So, Final Fantasy VII Remake was released exclusively on PS4. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was released exclusively on PS5. And this new one will be released on more consoles. Final Fantasy publishers have mentioned that they want the game to be more widely available in the next release. All right, game trailers.
Yes. Assassin's Creed Shadows has an official story trailer. Yeah, so you check that out. Yep, you've seen it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't know why. So I'll watch that.
I am wondering how the game is going to work, though. Especially because because before we talked about how there's going to be 2 characters that you can play who lead. Yes. So I just wonder, based on what I saw in the trailer, how that works. If you choose one character versus choosing another character.
I haven't seen the trailer, but I'm interested because I'm thinking of other games that have done the multiple characters that you can play. So I'm not going to say anything because I haven't seen the trailer. I have to watch it. But there is a trailer out there. If you're like me and you haven't seen it, you may want to check it out.
I know who I would choose to play. And I know who you would choose to play. It wouldn't be the same person.
Well, now I know too. Okay. All right. Cool. We may need to get this game up there.
I think we need to get a PS5 first. Go fund me.
True.
What's the thing called? I used to have Patreon. Patreon supporters can watch us play. If you can fund us a PlayStation 5, you can watch us play.
That's not a terrible idea. That's actually an awesome idea. Well,
with
you know what?
All 11 of our subscribers.
Those 11 people, man.
They're all related to you.
Well, they're not all related to me, okay? Like you, for instance. I know you're not related to me, okay? You might be a brother from another mother or a sister from another mister. We appreciate you, okay? Related or not. But, yeah, send us some money. No. All right, so let's get off the rails. Assassin's Creed Shadows official story trailer. That's where we were. Check it out. And if you are waiting for the launch date, you may remember that it did get postponed a little ways back. but we're currently looking at a March 20th release date on PS5, Xbox Series SX, Mac OS, Amazon Luna, and PC through Steam.
Fortnite Kaiju number 8 official collab trailer has been released. There is no date announced yet. All right, rumor mill.
That's me. Sean Levy's Star Wars movie is in talks with Ryan Gosling to star in the upcoming film. Sean Levy is the director of Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's reportedly, so this Star Wars film is reportedly a standalone film, so not a part of any bigger story, as of right now at least. Well, let's talk about some
Yeah, I was
movies.
trying to see if there was anything about a date.
So, isn't it movies first?
Yeah.
There we go.
My bad.
That's okay. Let's talk about movies being released this upcoming week.
Rampage is coming to Amazon Prime on January 26th.
And Dogman is coming to theaters on January 31st. And those of you who don't know, Dogman is, well, this Dogman film is based on a series of children's graphic novels.
Like Bad Guys.
Exactly like Bad Guys. Yes. And Captain
Diary of a
Underpants.
Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's from the same studio or publisher as Captain Underpants, which had a movie a couple years back. And Dogman is actually a story within a story, sort of like a spin-off of Captain Underpants. So with that, not with that at all, actually.
Drop your librarian hat.
Take that off, put that right there. May need to put that back on. Let's talk about some TV shows that will be releasing this upcoming week.
Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man will be coming to Disney Plus, swinging to Disney Plus on January 29th.
Okay, and the 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of Apocalypse, will be riding their horses to Netflix on January 30th. I'll introduce this next segment. What should you watch this week?
I am suggesting Wild Robot on Paramount Plus since you can stream it and the Oscars are coming up soon and everyone keeps talking about this movie and Wicked. So go ahead and watch Wild Robot. I don't know when Wicked's streaming.
And you know what? I'm going to dust off my I work in a library hat and suggest that you read some Dogman. They're pretty cool. You know, they're kids comics, but pretty cool.